Do you like the idea of reading a Victorian Penny Dreadful style mystery that's set in the Sweeney Todd universe? Well, then you need to be reading The Butcher's Daughter, the hitherto untold story of Mrs Lovett. Yeah, it's 5 stars. I read an arc of this book from Titan. It is out on the 20th of May, I believe, this month in the UK and in the US. The Butcher's Daughter is the hitherto untold story of Mrs Lovett. If you are a Sweeney Todd fan, you will know who Mrs Lovett is, not only from the musical, from the various film adaptations, but from the legend of Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street himself, the murderous barber who lived above Mrs Lovett's pie shop, and she made good use of his victims. It's an epistolary novel. It is told through a series of letters and transcripts and newspaper articles. The book opens with passages from a police file explaining that a journalist who has been looking into the background of Mrs Lovett has gone missing, and then we find the files and the paperwork that journalist was assembling from correspondence with someone they believed might know something about Mrs Lovett. Through these letters, we piece together the alleged backstory of Mrs Lovett. Where did she come from? How did she start out in the world? We get this picture of smog-soaked Victorian London, the grim reality of growing up in the slums, and the different things that she had to do to survive. A truly melodramatic story worthy of any Penny Dreadful. We both follow Mrs Lovett's story and the terrible predicament she finds herself in, and the mysteries that follow her, as well as trying to work out what might have happened to the journalist and what we can believe in any of the tall tales we are being fed. This book was a giant mug of tea and a slice of cake in one. I absolutely loved it from start to finish. It is gory in places. Be prepared. There is body horror in this. There are some upsetting scenes and stories tied to Mrs Lovett's tale, but it's also a thrilling ride, and it's so in keeping with the Penny Dreadful style of over-the-top melodrama, dramatic scenes, larger-than-life characters, incredibly lavish and lush and disgusting settings. It gives you everything you want in an indulgent Victorian macabre tale. I particularly love an epistolary novel. I like anything that's told in letters and transcripts and newspaper articles, and this book is particularly well laid out because you not only have this tale of Mrs Lovett, but all the way through different source material is dropped in from different people that calls into question what you are reading. You are never sure of who to trust, of how reliable all of it is. While you don't necessarily need to be a fan of the musical Sweeney Todd, you will get a bit more out of this story if you know about the legend and the various characters and players in the Demon Barber story. It's an indulgent, enjoyable read, and I loved every second of it. If you are a fan of anything Victorian, anything Penny Dreadful, and of Sweeney Todd, this definitely has to be on your list.